morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you are in this world. God bless you. Now, I know I have some subscribers who are worried about me and wearing my coat and my hat and my scarf and it being cold in my house and not running the heater because the problem is that the sliding glass door behind me, where this door would be stationary and this part slides over the other one. Well, where they meet in the middle there's a space that the insulation has worn off, and so the wind just comes through that. Well, I have a blanket over that window, and I have vertical blinds to close, but the air still comes through there. The cold still gets in. But now what's happened is they replaced the flooring in my kitchen. And when they did, they took all the caulking at the baseboard out and they didn't put it back in. So the air is coming in underneath that. So between the space that's in the door over there and the air that's coming in under the baseboard over here, it's just impossible to have the house warm. I mean, I just can't afford to run the heater like that to combat all that. But they're coming Tuesday, and I'll have them caulk that underneath the baseboard there in the kitchen, and that should stop the draw. And I have a heavy duty, a 12 gauge clear shower curtain that I'm going to hang up over the window over here, and that should stop the cold from coming through. I've even considered where the two doors meet and this space right here where the air is coming through, even putting a piece of duct tape there just to stop the air from coming in there. But then I'm thinking, well, maybe I shouldn't do that, because for alternative heat in the event that I lose power, I will be using alcohol burners, and I don't want a carbon monoxide buildup. I don't want to have my front door open, and the closest window is the middle bedroom other than this back here. So I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't tape that. So anyway, we'll see how all that goes, and I'll be doing some testing. I have 2 sets of flower pot heaters that I have to put together yet. And then I have candles, the little 4-hour tea candles. Then I ordered 1,050 of those. And I'm going to test that, and we can see if, when I'm burning those, if there's a carbon monoxide issue. And if so, then I'm going to maybe have to even open that door a little bit so that there's enough fresh air coming in that I'm not going to have a carbon monoxide buildup. I also have paint can heaters, and I'm going to do a video on those, but basically what it is it's a quart paint can with a lid. There is no liner in those cans, because if there's a liner in there, that will actually burn and create like a toxic fumes that come off of that can while it's burning. So I don't want that, but I have paint cans without that lining stuff inside of it. It's like a Teflon lining in there, but anyway, so the paint can heaters, you actually take a roll of toilet paper and you squeeze it, or you kind of bend it, and then you can reach in and pull that cardboard center out, and then you fold the roll, which is the hole up here, the hole down here, and you bend it in half and squeeze it so you can get it down in that side of that paint can. Now once you have it down in the paint can, then you can pour rubbing alcohol, isopropyl alcohol. I have about 12 bottles of 70%, but I also purchased 74 quarts of the 91% isopropyl alcohol that I'll be using in those. And those put out an enormous amount of heat. And what I'm going to use those on is what's called a stack boot heater. And what it is it's a 4-inch like vent that goes for running heater air through, or central air. And so it's the 4-inch boot, and then there's a 4-inch elbow that comes up off of that. So I'll be putting those together. I have enough stuff for 2 of those, minus the fans that I need. And I'm going to have to get what's called a converter, because I have a 22-volt battery that I want to use to run the 12-volt fan. And you can't hook a 12-volt fan directly to a 22-volt battery. You have to have what's called either a step-down or a converter to convert from the 22 volts to the 12-volt. Then I can hook the fan to the 12-volt battery. To the converter that's bringing the voltage down from 22 down to 12. And then what I'll do is I'll hook that little computer fan up about 6 inches from where the opening of the elbow comes out, where the heat is coming out, and then I can use that computer fan to force the air into the room, the warm air, force it into the room. So that should be good too. But those videos are coming, but I just wanted to give you guys an update on the coat, the scarf, and the hat, and why it is. But it's just like this air is just getting drawn through, and it's sucking every bit of the heat right out of my house. So I do put the heater on just to keep it from getting frozenated in here. I certainly don't want it to be in the teens in my house, but I can't maintain like a 70-degree temperature in here. And I cannot afford to run the heater to combat that draft. So we know that the cost of energy and the power is going to be going up dramatically. And when you're on retirement and a fixed income, as they say, and you have medical expenses, and you have rent, and you have food, and you have a dog, and you need when you're using your energy, you want to try to keep it where it's not going to climb up so high that it eats into your medical and into your food, so or anything else you would need. So that's why I'm not running my heater nonstop to try to maintain a warm temperature in the house. But I have a house, a roof over my head, and doors that lock and windows that close, and a nice warm bed to sleep in at night, and plenty of food to eat and water to drink. And I am just so blessed. I have so many blessings. I will not complain, because there's a temporary bump in the road. And so I'm just counting my blessings and thankful for what I have. And I hope you do the same thing. And as always, I love you.